Here's what life really looks like. Atlanta isn't the city that you think you know, especially now. The energy here keeps shifting, the lifestyle keeps evolving, and the changes hitting Atlanta are bigger than ever. So, if you're thinking about making a move, you'll quickly realize this isn't just another affordable big city. One minute you're walking the Beltline and grabbing drinks at Pont City Market. The next, you're eating tacos with live music pouring out of a hole-in-the-wall spot. The truth is, Atlanta life comes with quirks, hidden gems, and shifts you won't hear about. Stick with me, because by the end of this video, you're gonna see exactly what day-to-day could look like for you, and whether this city is the right fit for your next chapter. Before we dive deeper, here's the deal. If you landed on this video, you're probably curious about moving to Atlanta, or you just want the unfiltered version of what life here actually feels like. That's what this is. Not just stats or surface level pros and cons, but a full picture. A lifestyle, a culture, its neighborhoods, cost of living, traffic, even the quirks that nobody mentioned until you're already unpacking boxes. This is the Atlanta people live every day, the one locals recognize, newcomers discover, and you need to understand before making any big. The thing about this city, it never sits still. A new brunch spot opens, a mural transforms a block, a neighborhood flips its vibe overnight. And yes, through it all, 285 traffic is still frozen in time. The heartbeat of Atlanta isn't in the high rises. It's in the streets, the people, and the culture that gives every neighborhood its own personality. And once you see those differences, you'll know exactly where you'll feel at home. Atlanta's lifestyle is like nowhere else. Every neighborhood has its own personality. Midtown and Inman Park bring that walkable, high energy feel. Craft breweries, yoga studios, and the Beltline buzzing with joggers, strollers, and more dogs than you can count. Buckhead is the opposite vibe. Luxury shopping, rooftop dining, and nightlife that's polished and upscale. Decatur leans quirky and grounded with inside bookstores, live music, and neighbors who still stop to chat. Brookhaven and Tuxedo Park mix Southern tradition with modern luxury, wide streets, big homes, and a quieter pace while staying minutes from the city's best restaurants. That's Atlanta. You don't just pick a house, you pick a lifestyle. Right now, new energy is reshaping the city. Millennials and Gen Z are filling it with boutique gyms, coffee culture, and food halls. Immigrant communities are expanding Atlanta's flavor even further. We've got authentic Korean barbecue in Duluth, Indian food in Decatur, and Buford Highway delivering some of the best international food in the South. And Atlanta has an edge you can't polish out. East Atlanta and Little Five Points thrive with underground art and music. Murals cover old walls, warehouses host pop-up galleries, and food trucks parked beside DJs spinning until late. And if you know, you know. This is still the city of trap music, lemon pepper wings, and late night Waffle House rub. Messy, vibrant, and alive in a way that no relocation guide can explain. That's why moving here isn't about choosing a zip code. It's about choosing the version of Atlanta that matches your life. Polished luxury, indie creative, family first comfort, or maybe a mix of all three. Because this city has room for every type. Finding your version of Atlanta takes more than scrolling Zillow. It takes local knowledge, strategy, and a team that knows how to connect your lifestyle with the right neighborhood. That's exactly what my real estate team does. And I get it. Reaching out to someone you see on YouTube can feel intimidating, but don't overthink it. We work with real people and real families every single day, and we would love to help you as well. Think of us as your boots on the ground team here in Atlanta. If this city's on your radar, check the description below and you'll find every way to connect with us, and we'll make your move simple and comfortable. Lifestyle is only half the story. The next piece is cost, because whether you're eyeing a Midtown loft, a family home in Alpharetta, or a modern build in Brookhaven, the numbers here tell a story of their own. Here's the question that everyone asks. What does it really cost to live in Atlanta? The average rent for a 2-bedroom is about $2,100 a month. In Beltline hotspots like Midtown or Old Fourth Ward, expect anywhere from $2,200 to over $3,000. Head on out to the suburbs like Sandy Springs or Marietta, and you'll find places closer to $1,600. But you trade walkability for time in the car. Owning a home tells the same story. The median price is sitting around $440,000. Prices dipped a little recently, but mortgage rates averaging about 6.4 keep monthly payments higher than people expect. In Buckhead, condos and luxury homes easily pass $1 million, while West End and East Atlanta still have room to grow properties that feel more approachable. The question isn't, can I afford Atlanta? It's which version of Atlanta fits my life. Utilities add up as well. Most families spend between $200 and $300 a month on power, water, and gas, plus another $70 to $100 for internet. Not outrageous, but not pocket change either. The way people live here is changing. Micro apartments and co-living spaces are showing up near tech hubs. ADUs, backyard guest houses, are getting more common, giving families flexibility or a little extra income. Smart home features? Those aren't fancy upgrades anymore. They're expected. Zoning is loosening in places as well. Areas once single-family homes are opening up to townhomes and small multifamily projects. And even with rates putting pressure on buyers, creative lending and new programs are making people make the move. Watch Chamblee, Doraville, and West Midtown. Those areas are buzzing with growth. Now, affordability. Atlanta isn't the cheap big city it used to be, but compared to Dallas, Charlotte, or New York, your money still stretches a little further. Bigger homes, bigger yards, and a lifestyle that doesn't drain every paycheck. So tell me, if you were moving to Atlanta, would you rather save money outside the perimeter or pay more to be in the middle of the action? Drop your answer in the comments. I love seeing how people balance lifestyle and cost, but numbers are only half the story. What good is your dream home if it takes an hour to get anywhere? Transportation here is its own adventure, and it completely changes how the city feels day to day. Traffic is one of Atlanta's biggest realities. Sitting on I-285 or crawling along the connector during rush hour can feel like its own part-time job. The city is working on solutions, but progress takes time. MARTA has expansion projects in the works, including bus rapid transit lines like the one planned through Summerhill. Some of these projects are moving slower than promised, but once they're finished, they're going to reshape how people get across the city. For shorter trips, micromobility is filling in some of the gaps. Scooters, e-bikes, and bike shares are part of the daily scene in Midtown, East Atlanta, and along the Beltline. They're practical for coffee runs and quick commutes. Though locals are split, some love them and others hate weaving around them on sidewalks. Atlanta is also leaning into smart city tech. Traffic signals are increasingly managed by sensors and AI, and EV charging stations keep multiplying. Garages, shopping centers, even grocery stores. For many, having transit options, bike paths, or charging nearby is part of what makes a neighborhood more appealing. That said, this is still a driving city. Unless you live and work in the same pocket, you'll probably need a car. And how you get around, whether it's MARTA, scooters, or sitting in traffic with a podcast, defines daily life here more than almost anything else. And just like transportation shapes how you live here, so does environment. From sweltering summers to sudden storms and flooding climate is already influencing which neighborhoods thrive and how the city prepares for the future. Atlanta's climate isn't background noise. It shapes how people live here. Summers aren't just hot, they're heavy. Step outside in July and the humidity wraps around you like a blanket. Ceiling fans, shaded porches, and strong AC aren't perks. Baby, they're survival. Winters, they're usually mild, but every so often, even a dusting of snow shuts the city down. Snowpocalypse 2014, when 2 inches stranded drivers overnight, is still part of local lore. Rare, but unforgettable. I know I'll never forget it. Rain is steady too, and flooding in low-lying areas is real after big storms. That's why the city launched its Climate Resilience Action Plan, with goals like reducing energy burdens on households and adding over 250 EV chargers around the metro area. At the same time, resilience is showing up in the way neighborhoods are built. Midtown's new projects LEED certified. The Beltline doubles as a park and green transit loop. And in Decatur, community gardens are a staple. Across the metro, builders are using food-conscious designs and energy-efficient features to keep homes future-proof. And then there's Atlanta's biggest flex. It's trees. The city in a forest? isn't just a nickname. Preserving that canopy keeps neighborhoods cooler, the air cleaner, and property values stronger. And yes, climate affects real estate. Insurance runs higher in flood zones, while energy-efficient homes tend to hold value better. For anyone moving here, knowing which areas balance sustainability with lifestyle can make a huge difference long-term. And while the environment shapes daily life, the economy drives why so many people come. From film and tech to healthcare logistics, Atlanta's job market is not slowing down. One of the biggest reasons people move to Atlanta: opportunity. This city pulls talent across industries. Tech is booming with Microsoft, Google, and Apple planning major hubs. Film and entertainment have earned Atlanta the Hollywood of the South title, with studios fueling billions into the economy. Add in healthcare and logistics, and you've got a job market that isn't slowing down. But it's not just about big corporations. Startups thrive in Midtown's Tech Square, and creative entrepreneurs are building careers in everything from food to film. Atlanta's affordability compared to San Francisco or New York means your paycheck stretches further. A tech salary that barely covers rent in San Francisco could buy you a townhome here with room to actually enjoy life. Work culture has shifted as well. Hybrid schedules are still common, with many companies asking people in 3 days of the week, but keeping some flexibility. That balance shapes where people live. Close enough to commute, but far enough out to enjoy bigger homes and quieter neighborhoods. Atlanta also has balance in this economy. Logistics companies benefit from Hartsfield-Jackson, the busiest airport in the world, while healthcare education remains strong with Emory, Grady, and Georgia Tech leading industries. For newcomers, that means stability and growth. And opportunity here is culture. Atlanta has a long history of entrepreneurship, especially in Black-owned businesses. From small startups on the West Side to national brands, that spirit of innovation is woven into the city's DNA. If opportunity is what's pulling you here, don't try to figure it out alone. My real estate team helps professionals and families moving to Atlanta every day, matching lifestyles with neighborhoods that make sense for their budget. But don't overthink it. We're real people helping real people. Call us, text us, or email us anytime. The info's in the description, and we'll make your move simple. So, whether you're chasing tech, healthcare, film, or creative industries, Atlanta offers more than jobs. It offers a runway. That's why people keep choosing it over metros where costs are higher and competition feels cutthroat. Opportunity may bring you here, but it's the quirks that shape daily life. From sweltering summers to neighbors showing up with sweet tea, these are the things you'll only learn once you're unpacked. Atlanta has its quirks, and you'll notice them fast. First, the weather. Summers aren't just hot, they're heavy. The humidity wraps around you, and suddenly, iced coffee, ceiling fans, and shaded porches feel essential. Winters are mild, but the city is not built for snow. 1 inch closes schools, 2 inches, and highways turn into parking lots. Snowpocalypse 2014 is still legendary, and that was, I think, my first winter in Atlanta. Then there are extras. Mosquitoes thrive in the summer, and spring pollen can turn your car yellow for weeks. If you've got allergies like me, you're going to want backup meds. But Atlanta balances its culture and lifestyle. Southern hospitality is absolutely real. Neighbors do wave, strangers will hold doors, and you might even get peach cobbler from your next door neighbor. At the same time, it is a city with hustle. Ambition drives people here, and that mix of warmth and energy is what makes the vibe unique. Daily life here leans social. Dog-friendly patios are everywhere, and I love dogs. The Beltline doubles as an outdoor living room, and festivals or farmers markets fill almost every weekend. And yes, late-night Waffle House runs are basically a rite of passage. So no, Atlanta is not picture perfect. It's hot, it's busy, a little unpredictable, but it is full of character, community, and culture you won't find anywhere else. And that's Atlanta. Opportunity, quirks, and energy all rolled together. If you're thinking of making the move, the next step is knowing how to turn that big picture into your real life plan. Atlanta is a city of opportunity, culture, and character, with just enough quirks to keep life interesting. It's where tech meets music, Southern hospitality meets big city hustle, and every neighborhood tells its own story. If you're thinking about making Atlanta home, don't try to figure it out from behind a screen. My real estate team helps people moving here every day, and we would love to help you as well. I know reaching out to someone you watch on YouTube can feel a little intimidating, but we're real people helping real families. Call us, text us, or email us, whatever feels easiest for you. You'll find all of the information in the description below, and we're gonna make sure that your move is simple and comfortable. And before you go, I've put together another playlist that dives into Atlanta neighborhoods in detail. Because once you know the vibe of the city, the real question becomes, which neighborhood feels like home to you? Click that playlist, start exploring, and I'll meet you there. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today, and I'll see you in the next one.